That was our first of two little looks at behind the scenes, but now we are going to have a pre-show performance from John Anealio, who unfortunately fell victim to time zones, which was something that Canadian invented, Mr. Sanford Fleming. Learn something new every day. And he could not join us live, but he took the time to record us a performance, and so we will be playing that for you now, and then we will be back with yet another look behind the scenes and a performance from the Double Clicks before Desert Bus starts for Real at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So now to John.
Hi, I'm John Anealio. I am delighted to be here tonight for this streaming concert. Thanks so much for watching. Later on, you're going to watch the Double Clicks, who are awesome. You think you're going to have a great night, and thanks so much again for having me here with Desert Bus. And first song I'm going to play for you is for people who are fans of Firefly. This song is called Summer Glam. See the girl curled up in the cryo, not a stitch of clothing found inside. Malice ticked off, wondering about the doctor. I don't care, 'cause I'm feeling alright. See the tree branch lying on the cold deck. She picks it up, maybe thinks it's fun. Snap us back to now, see the worried crew. Don't look now, but River's got a gun. Summer Glam, she makes me feel fine. I can't shake her image from my mind. Summer Glam, she makes me feel fine. I can't shake her image from my mind. See the angel punching and kicking, not really sure what she couldn't do. She's a weapon, a source of destruction. She's a vital part of Malcolm's crew. Summer Glam, she makes me feel fine. I can't shake her image from my mind. Summer Glam, she makes me feel fine. I can't shake her image from my mind. Summer Glam, she makes me feel fine. I can't shake her image from my mind. Summer Glam, she makes me feel fine. I can't shake her image from my mind. Cory Doctorow said that steampunk is when goths discovered brown, and I agree with him. I got this idea for a song called Steampunk Girl. I thought it was a cool title, and I liked this whole idea of Cory Doctorow thinking that steampunk is when goths discovered brown, and I had this whole idea of you know, a former goth girl who sort of became a steampunk woman, as it were. And I was walking through the mall by my house one day, and I walked into Hot Topic. If there are Hot Topics in the malls by your house, then you know what I'm talking about. They sell t-shirts and other sort of gothy sorts of things, and I saw a goth-looking girl sort of working there, and I just sort of imagined her life, you know, sort of walking out of this mall and sliding the gate and closing up for the night and sort of being dissatisfied with her life, and then sort of finding release in sort of cosplaying steampunk, and then wanting to go back to school to finish her novel and all this kind of stuff. So this is called Steampunk Girl. Sherry slides the gate and closes up for the night. Walks through the mall in Saigon, gets in a Chevrolet and blasts the Cure and the Smiths. Puts her flask to her leggings, takes exit 22 and pulls in her parking space. Climbs up the fire escape gate, steps into a bedroom and crashes onto a bed. Rips stockings from her leggings. She looks in the mirror and thinks that it's time to start another life. So she's putting on her goggles and a boulder hat. She checks her pocket watch and just her rocket and pack. She laces up her boots and puts some makeup on. She grabs her leather coat and her Tesla gun, 'cause she used to be a goth kid, but now she's a steampunk girl. She dreams of brass and gaslight, imagines taking a trip on a steam-powered ship. Instead she opts a flight to a sci-fi convention. Now it's her intention to finish a novel and go back to school and learn to live again. So she's putting on her goggles and a boulder hat. She checks her pocket watch, adjusts her rocket and pack. She laces up her boots and puts her makeup on. She grabs her leather coat and her Tesla gun, 'cause she used to be a goth kid, but now she's a steampunk girl. Pocket watch, adjusts her rocket and pack. She laces up her boots and puts her makeup on. She grabs her leather coat and her Tesla gun, 'cause she used to be a goth kid, but now she's a steampunk girl. So in my day job, I'm an elementary school music teacher, and every year around the holidays, you know, we sing our Christmas and Hanukkah songs just like anything else. And you know, you cannot teach a group of children Jingle Bells without them launching into Jingle Bells Batman Smells. Now, when I was a child, I loved Jingle Bells Batman Smells, and I sang it all the time. But as an adult, after you do this 5 or 6 times a day, it gets pretty annoying. And one year while I was teaching Jingle Bells to some of my students, you know, I started thinking, you know, if Batman were real and there's nothing to prove that Batman is not real, would this upset him? Would he be mad about this? You know, Batman's a pretty dark character. I don't think he would appreciate this. Who knows what dark place he would go to with all these kids telling him that he smells. So I thought about it, and I wrote this song, which is called Batman Smells, a Rebuttal. It's Christmas Eve at the Hall of Justice. Aquaman is wearing a Santa hat. Superman is mixing up the eggnog. And Wonder Woman is sitting on his lap. The Hawkman is putting the star on the tree. The boy Wonder seems to be out of town. The Green Arrow is hanging the stockings. The Cape Crusader is nowhere to be found. 'Cause every year some children ruin Jingle Bells by incorrectly proclaiming that Batman smells. But I don't think that Batman smells when he rings his bad jingle bells. And I don't think that Robin laid an egg. Yeah, I don't think that Batman smells. If it dig it out, could it sell? All I know is the Joker ran away. Martian Manhunter said we should search for them. Don't they know that song is just a joke? The Flash found them hanging out at a hotel bar. They were drunk on whiskey and Diet Coke. The Green Lantern comes and aims his powers ring, creates a green guitar and then begins to sing. But I don't think that Batman smells when he rings his bad jingle bells. And I don't think that Robin laid an egg. Yeah, I don't think that Batman smells. If it dig it out, could you tell? All I know is the Joker ran away. About a month ago, I was pretty inspired by Felix Baumgartner's Jump from Space. I was home on a Sunday with my son, who's 6 years old, and it's hard to get his attention a lot. And I saw some people tweeting about the space jump, which I hadn't heard too much about leading up to it. So I went over to YouTube and I started watching it, and I was amazed that he was in space. I didn't realize he was actually going to be in space. I just thought it was going to be a high jump. So I was watching it, and my son, who was, like I said, is 6 years old, he was watching it with me, and we watched the whole thing, and I was just really inspired by it. My son was into it, and I was so inspired that I wrote this tune, and this tune is called The Ballad of Felix Baumgartner. Here you go. October 14th out in Roswell, the morning sky was clear and blue. Felix climbed into his capsule, attached to a helium balloon. He ascended 128,000 feet, right out to the edge of space. Joseph Kittinger told him that he could proceed, so he adjusted the visor on his face. He opened the door and stepped to the edge and looked down at the sky. Did you watch Felix jump from the edge of space? Did you watch him fall down from the sky? Did you watch Felix jump from the edge of space? Did you watch him fall down from the sky? Fall down from the sky. He descended from the stratosphere faster than the speed of sound. He deployed his chute, his crew began to cheer as he floated safely to the ground. He landed on his feet and looked to the sky, and looked up at the sky. Did you watch Felix jump from the edge of space? Did you watch him fall down from the sky? Did you watch Felix jump from the edge of space? Did you watch him fall down from the sky? Fall down from the sky. So I thought this next tune would be appropriate. This is a song that I wrote quite a while ago, and it's actually a true story. When I was a kid, I was a huge Star Wars fan, and it started, when I was 5 years old, and my parents took me to go see the original Star Wars movie in the theaters, which it was, this is back in the day when movies used to be in the theaters for a lot longer. So when I went to go see it, it was already out for like a year, and I believe it might have even been a re-release. Excuse me. And so it was a life-changing event, like I think it was for a lot of people my age. And I was kind of a shy kid, and I was not the squeaky wheel that got the oil. That was my sister. So my parents always had to ask me what I'd want for Christmas, and of course the only thing that I wanted for Christmas that year was the Millennium Falcon. And the first year, when I asked for it, they weren't able to get it. It was a hot toy, and they weren't able to get it. And I wasn't too disappointed. They told me next year. So, of course, the following year was 1980 when The Empire Strikes Back came out, and I still wanted the Millennium Falcon for Christmas. So, my mom at the time went to the drugstore, which was a Rite Aid. This was in New Jersey, and she put the Millennium Falcon on layaway, and so she was going to go pick it up on Christmas Eve. And when she went to go pick it up on Christmas Eve, it wasn't there. They didn't have it, and she was crying hysterically, and what they found out was that the woman that actually took my mom's order, a month ahead of time, was robbing from the store and ended up getting fired. And so all these layaways got lost, including my Millennium Falcon. And so the guy working there was a super nice guy, and actually drove to a store like 30 miles away to pick up the Millennium Falcon. So I ended up getting the Millennium Falcon for Christmas. And I think that's a really sweet story. However, looking back on it as an adult, I realized something. My mother was a young mother. So at the time, my mom was probably about 26, and my mom is very good looking. So I could see this good looking 26-year-old woman crying to this clerk there, and I'm sure it wasn't too hard to motivate him to go and get my Millennium Falcon. So there you go. This is called the Millennium Falcon for Christmas. Parents took me to the movies the spring of 1979. Something happened to me As we waited on that line, there was a new hope in my life. Then later in that December, as we got closer to the holiday, my mother asked me to tell her what I'd want for Christmas Day. There was only one thing on my mind. I just wanted the Millennium Falcon for Christmas and a season full of cheer. I just wanted the Millennium Falcon for Christmas, but I didn't get it that year. And then in 1980, when the Empire struck back, the YT-1300 survived a Star Destroyer attack. I hope that I was good enough that year. My mother went to the drugstore to put the ship on layaway. They told her that it would be ready in plenty of time for Christmas Day. But on Christmas Eve it still wasn't there. I just wanted the Millennium Falcon for Christmas and a season full of cheer. I just wanted the Millennium Falcon for Christmas, but I didn't get it that year. My mother cried when they told her that it wasn't there. The clerk said he was sorry, but he couldn't find it anywhere. Please don't cry, they have one at our store 30 miles away. I'll go and pick it up so you can have it for Christmas Day. I just wanted the Millennium Falcon for Christmas. I was good enough that year. I just wanted the Millennium Falcon for Christmas and a season full of cheer. And a season full of cheer. Well, I think I'm going to do one more for you tonight. Thanks so much for watching. I'd like to thank all the Desert Bus people for inviting me here tonight, particularly Liz Smith. Thank you so much for inviting me. I had a great time. Hope we raised a lot of money. Everyone else, double clicks are coming up next. This last song that I'm going to do for you is from my first album, which is called Sci-Fi Songs, and it is called Cylon Number 6. Thanks so much for having me. Here's Cylon Number 6, based on the Battlestar Galactica, the new reboot show. Here you go, Cylon Number 6. She's 6 foot tall and platinum blonde, and saunters with a red dress on. She has powers of seduction. They had to flee from Caprica on the Battlestar Galactica. She the source of our destruction. There's 50,000 survivors racing through the stars. And she's Cylon Number 6. She is always in my gig. They think that I'm a lunatic, but they don't seem to understand it. Let them own that human. She is only a machine. They don't seem to realize that she's the angel that we need, that we need. Said that she is one of 12, but how are we supposed to tell? 'Cause who's a Cylon or a human? We're searching for the 13th tribe. If we can make it there alive, journey to their solar system. There's 50,000 50,000 survivors racing through the stars. And she is silent number 6, and she is always in my gig. And they think that I'm a lunatic, but they don't seem to understand that I'm only human. She is only a machine. They don't seem to realize that she's the angel that we need, that we need. There's 50,000 survivors racing through the stars. And she is silent number 6, and she is always in my gig. They think that I'm a lunatic, but they don't seem to understand that I'm only human. She is only a machine, and they don't seem to realize that she's the angel that we need, that we need. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.